One problem that a lot of developers face in their day-to-day programming is that they don't know how to generate data or where to get the data from that they need to build an application, so they tend to search for APIs or just generate the data themselves. That's why in this video I'm gonna teach you how to generate a JSON file like this one by your own. I've created this video for absolute beginners, so even if you don't know anything about JavaScript, you will be able to follow. So for this tutorial, I'm gonna use Node.js, so be sure that you install that in your machine. Click on downloads and choose the right operating system that you have and the last version of Node.js. After downloading it, you must be able to see the version of Node by writing node -- version. As you see, I got the version, and as you see, our data, it contains user ID, username, first name, last name, company, email, and expertise. So for that, I've prepared first an array of first names, just basically 10 names: John, James, Sarah, Jessica, Muhammad, Jacob, Emma, and so on, but also an array of the last names. And I've already teach you in the last video how to scrape data using the console, and we scraped about 50 companies together, and this is the data from the last video. So it's basically an array of companies, right? If you didn't watch the video, watch it to know how to scrape this from any website, because we don't really care about this data now. We just want some data which makes some sense, so we'll build up on it. But I also created myself an array of roles. So now we got 4 arrays, which are first names, last names, roles, and company. So first, I'm gonna create a function, an arrow function called generate random number. I'm using arrow functions here, so I'm gonna pass a maximum as an argument, and I'm gonna return math.floor, and then math.random multiplied by the maximum. Let me explain it to you. Click on terminal and then U to open the terminal. To write JavaScript and test it, I'm gonna run node, and now let me show you what math.random really gives us back. As you see, these are numbers between 0 and 1 in decimal, randomly. And we are multiplying it by maximum. That means if our maximum is 10, then our numbers are between 0 and 10. So the maximum number is 10. If it's 100, then we got numbers between 0 till 100, as you see, all in decimal. But since we need integers, we are going to use this math.floor. Math.floor returns the greatest integer less than or equal this decimal number that we have. So that means, let me grab this line, paste it here to test it, and instead of max, I'm gonna give the argument 100. Let's see what happens. So this gives us numbers which are integers, and these integer numbers are between 0 and 100. The maximum is 100. So this function, it's gonna grab the argument and give us random numbers, random integers between 0 and this number that we pass in. Right, now let's get to the butter of the video, which is gonna be our next function. I'm gonna call it generate user. So first, we want to generate, as you see, a user ID, and this user ID is random. So I'm not gonna perfect it. I'm gonna just grab a random number from our function above and give it a maximum of million, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the numbers, as you see, are 20,000, 10,000, and so on. Now, before we continue, I want to show you what this function is really generating for us. So let's log to the console, generate random number. So as you see, it gave me 3,100 something, and now 76,000, and randomly it gives me numbers less than 1 million, from 0 to 1 million. So this would be the user ID. And now the second variable would be the first name. So the first name is gonna be chosen from the first name. Think about it, like how to choose from this first name array. You grab the first element, second element, so on, but you don't want to exceed the length of the array. So that's why I'm gonna generate a random number. This random number shouldn't exceed the first name's length, right? But so yeah, so before I continue, just to be able to test, I'm gonna create an array called users, and this array is gonna be from the different objects that we are creating. The length should be 100, so I'm gonna generate 100 different users, and I'm gonna call generate user as a function. So basically, I'm creating an array using this generate user, and the length of the elements inside this array would be 100. And after doing that, to test, I'm gonna log to the console. So log, since it's an array, I'm gonna change it to JSON using stringify method, and all we need is users null 2. Let's test now. Nice. So the question that pops up, why are we getting these nulls? I'm gonna explain what this function is doing, exactly the stringify. So it's grabbing the users, changing it into a string, so it's making the users readable, and the 2 is like the spaces that are allowed to be added to make the JSON file readable, and if anything goes wrong, null null will be used. That's why null is used here. Okay, so the question is, what's going wrong? What's going wrong is that we are creating the array using the generate user method. And if we take a look on the generate user method, we are not returning anything back yet. That's why let's return an object, because we want an array of objects. Let's return an object containing the user ID and the first name. Now let's save, check it, and as you see, we got for now our user ID and the first name. Let's generate a last name, and guess how to generate it. It's the same story. Last name is gonna be equal to last names, and then we'll pick a random number for it, a random element from the last names. So last names dot length. So we generate a number which is less than the maximum length of the last names, and this line would allows us to pick a random element from last names, which is our array. Okay, so after the last name, let me create the username. Now the username is gonna be something like, let me give an example. So if the first name is Jad, the last name is Taha, so our username would be jadsmall.taha, right? This is the username. So to achieve that, I'm gonna use the template literals. If you don't know how to use them, check this video where I explain template literals in depth. For now, straight to the point, we got our first name dot to lowercase. Why to lowercase? Because we want it in the lowercase, basically. And then dot. The dot here is gonna achieve for us this dot, which is between the first name and the last name. And then we got our last name, so last name to lowercase. Now we got our username. We now have the email. So the email is basically the username and some domain. So for example, if the first name and last name is Jad and Taha, so the username is jad.taha, our email would be jad.taha@gmail.com or at outlook.com, at google.com, at hotmail.com, and so on. So we could do the same and go for another array, but what I've chosen to do here is just to choose a fixed domain for now, because it doesn't really matter for me, but you can do the same and make an array of different domains and pick one randomly. So in my case, all I need to do is to pick the username, right? And then we got at gmail.com. So we got the at, then we got our domain. Nice. Let's create the company. So the company is basically a random company chosen from the companies array. So guess how to do it? Write it in the comment. How would you generate this random company from the companies array? We've done that already multiple times. And here is how to do it. One more time, I'm gonna copy this line. We got companies, okay? And from the companies, we're gonna pick a company randomly by using our generate random number, and be sure that the number is less than the length of this array. Nice. Last but not least is the expertise, okay? And what we wanna do is to one more time choose a random expertise from the roles array. Nice. Now we got our last name, username, email, company, and we got the expertise. Okay, let's save and generate the data. And as you see, we've achieved our goal by generating an array of different objects, and the object got different keys, which are the user ID, first name, last name, username, email, company, expertise. And these are generated randomly. Now, the only problem that we still have is that this user ID could be repeated. I mean, the possibility that it's repeated is too low, but still, if you want to have the user ID as a primary key, which should be unique, if you want to have this user ID unique, then we should apply this logic. But for now, we've achieved the purpose of the video, and this tool would be very helpful for you to generate any JSON file whenever you want. And you can still take this program and make an API out of it, put it online, and sell it for people for generating some random names, random company names, and so on. By that, leave a like, subscribe to the channel to be a better coder, and see you in the next video.